Saw kind of a shocking thing. Somebody actually sent me a video of Jacob Prasch supposedly debunking or attacking James White, and it's kind of like, the kettle calling the pot black. I mean, they're both, New Version, wing nuts and stuff, whatever. But they sent me this video, and I'm like, I just watched a couple minutes. I can't stomach much of those guys. It always reminds me of watching the Pope or some Catholic priest talking. Just Holy Spirit's not speaking through them. But I'm watching this thing, and I'm looking, I'm like, that James White's got a tattoo on his arm. I'll show you a picture of it here. And I'm like, okay, and because I saw the Jacob Prasch thing, and then I saw I went to James White's video just to make sure, and I'm like, he's got a tattoo on his arm? And I thought, well, okay, I know lost people, and they get tattoos, and I did a video recently on that, and they come out and they, oh man, I had this tattoo from back in my lost years and stuff. Lord's not going to judge you for that. You're not going to go to hell. You haven't committed the unpardonable sin or something because you have a tattoo. But I thought, I wonder how long he's had that tattoo. So I looked at some of his older videos, and here's a picture, a screenshot of an older video. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't look to me like he has a tattoo in that picture. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a second here. I mean, you got this older guy here. I don't know how old he is, whatever, but scrawny little guy that he is and whatever. And he's like, got a tattoo. And I'm going, it looks like he got the tattoo recently. And I'm thinking to myself, he's supposed to be some kind of a Bible scholar and he gets a tattoo? I mean, what kind of carnal, you think you're a teenager or something? It kind of reminds me of you see these old women and they wear like the hip hugger pants and they're like, trying to look like young and hot or something, and it's just like, act your age, It's weird. Why would some guy that's supposedly some kind of Bible scholar get a tattoo on his arm? Very strange, and I mean, I had a talk with a friend of mine years ago about this, and he's like, is it just me or is the number of people with tattoos increasing? I mean, it used to be back when I was a kid, you'd see people and they'd have like a tattoo up here or something. Some guy's in the military or whatever else, or maybe something on his forearm. Now it's just like you get people, they got tattoos, look like they have a sleeve on when they're wearing a muscle shirt, and they got them up their neck and on their face and all kinds of stuff. Why is that? Well, because my Bible says that in Revelation chapter 20 that there's going to be a mark upon the forehead. I do believe Revelation 13 teaches that there's a mark in the hand or in the forehead. I do believe implantable microchips have something to do with it, but there's also a mark upon the forehead. So people are going to have to get rid of that aversion to multiple tattoos. So my question is, why would the Holy Spirit lead somebody who's older, or anybody that's saved, to get a tattoo on their arm? And I mean, James White, the problems with him are so legion. I mean, it's just, where do you even begin? But it's just like this, okay, this is a really, really weird thing. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he had it, and somebody say, well, your pictures are, but it looks to me like he just got the thing recently. And then he's on this Apologia or something like this. I'll put up a screenshot of this. And, he's sitting around these guys, this pastor, this young guy, and he's got tattoos all over the place. He's not even trying to hide it. Other guys sitting there and he's got piercings. And they got the triquetra there, the witch's trinity and stuff. And I'm just going like, okay, where's the Holy Spirit discernment here? Kind of like, we're not to conform to the world. Romans chapter 12, Okay. So I just thought I'd bring that out just as a, I don't understand how people can follow this guy and take him seriously. But I guess, if you're looking for somebody, I mean, my experience with most of James White's followers is these people are looking for someone to give them the answers to get rid of the final authority of the King James Bible. Somebody that can take away that scary thought of there's actually a book on this planet that's God's perfect written word that you can't judge and you can't change. And see, they don't like that thought. So they look for some scholar to come out and say, actually there's a problem here and there's a problem there, and what about this and what about that and stuff, and then they use this little mind control tactic. James White will get all excited about that. They use this little mind control tactic of, laughing at you if you actually believe the King James Bible. You know, they're the Orthodox Christians with their tattoos and their new versions that come from the Vatican. But King James Bible believers that say, you know what, this body belongs to God, I'm not going to mark it up with worldly tattoos and piercings and Lord only knows what else. I'm the weirdo, I'm the cult member, but they're the normal one. Right, yeah, sure, okay. You're a fool if you follow James White. All right? An absolute total fool. And I have a cause, by the way, for calling you a fool. So, just thought that was really, really weird. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.